I told my dad, like, you should have this supplement. He's like, why are you putting artificial things in your body? It's very important to understand कौन सा supplement कब लेना है. Let's say a magnesium supplement that you're taking, which will help you improve your sleep quality. You should take it 2 hours before bed or like 1 hour before bed. You shouldn't take it in the morning.
Right.
Then B12, you should have it post breakfast. I didn't know that supplements could help someone so much, because you always look at it as a ये केमिकल है,
एक्सटर्नल
है, हम बॉडी में डाल रहे हैं, कितनी देर तक खाते रहोगे टाइप्स, which is not the case. Like my mom also thinks protein is very bad for you.
हाँ, so let's come to that. Okay, this is a cue for our editor साहब कि पहले वाला पूरा काट देना. We're rolling again.
Okay.
ठीक है. Awesome guys, welcome to another episode of the Chill Hour, and today we have somebody who is from the health and wellness sector. We'll talk about nutrition, talk about health, talk about protein and supplements, something that a lot of us might not take very seriously. So we have Ambika with us. Ambika, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Deepak.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Is this your first podcast?
Yes, it is.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you want to do a podcast?
No, but I'm a marketing person and I wanted my brand to do a podcast. And they were like, okay, you want to do it? You talk about our products then.
Sweet.
I'm here.
Very kind of the brand. Tell me something. How's the entire wellness space in India? Do people take health and wellness seriously or no?
I think that's changed post-COVID, right? Like post-COVID or during COVID rather, people started taking this seriously.
Okay.
Like the focus went on to immunity boosting supplements. Like they realized, okay, we need to take care of our health. Because pre-COVID, right, nobody was really taking fatigue seriously. Now, post-COVID, when people had these symptoms, fatigue, etc., they started taking this more seriously. So definitely post-2020, this has changed. But still, there's a lot of stigma around this. Right, like let's go to tier 2 cities, right? I come from Amritsar. I told my dad, like, you should have this supplement. He's like, why are you putting artificial things in your body, right? And that's the notion that most people carry, not us millennials, but like let's say our parents would definitely think that. But then there's another thing. The food that they grew up eating was much more nutritious, right?
Correct, of course.
Right? And not just in terms of like fast food versus home cooked meals. Think about the vegetables probably our grandparents and parents grew up eating. That time, these modern agricultural, this concept of, cultivating crops quickly wasn't there. So the vegetables itself carried a lot of nutrients. That nutrient level has depleted over time.
Okay.
So even if we are eating home cooked meals, it's not fulfilling the amount of vitamins our body actually needs.
So how do you know कि इतना vitamins और या इतना protein intake एक body में होना चाहिए? What's the level?
So there is a certain level, right?
Okay.
वो डॉक्टर्स ने बताया होता है कि इतना लेवल चाहिए. Now ideally people should get tested after every 6 months. Check the B12 levels, vitamin D levels, right? Most people don't. Right? Most people don't.
मैंने तो नहीं कराया, अभी तक नहीं कराया.
What was the last time when you checked
I've
your D
never done it.
When you were in the UK, you never took vitamin D supplements.
No, I didn't.
What?
Yeah, no.
That is crazy. Most people in the UK, because 4 बजे तब धूप हो जाती है, धूप खत्म हो जाती है.
And I didn't, and I was like, I was okay.
That is so strange. Maybe you're...
Yeah. I don't know.
That is so strange. Most people in UK countries,
and I
which
saw
are like
so many of my friends take the vitamin D tablets, and I'm like, ये लोग क्यों ले रहे हैं? मतलब I'm very much okay. Luckily, I don't know.
No, a lot of people take it.
Yeah.
And even I remember coming back to India for like 10 days, and I told my doctor that I've been feeling very lethargic, like I don't like getting out of the bed. Like, you're not taking vitamin D supplements or what? And he's like, okay, I need to get started.
Right.
But look at this, vitamin B12, 70% of Indians are deficient in vitamin B12. And that slows down your metabolism, cognitive ability sometimes, you feel lethargic all the times. So that your body is giving you signs कि कुछ problem है, but you need to get tested. Right? So that's there.
Got it. Is it for everybody?
Yeah.
Like everybody needs to take it, or how do you understand, like the body gives you signs that okay, this is where you feel that okay, now you need to take supplements. What's the need for supplements? Let's come to that point straight
So,
away.
let's say 60 years ago, if you would have asked me, does everyone need supplements? No. Today, yes. Right? Because, like I said, our food doesn't carry enough nutrients to fulfill that, right? So, you need an external source to help you with that. So, you don't need to like take like 10 different supplements. Like adding a multivitamin to your breakfast will just help you, right? And there are different ones. Like let's say for women post 30s,
Right.
they would need something different. They would
Correct.
need something for post 40s they would need something for, let's say, menopause. Post 30s they would have different nutrient requirements. So that varies. But adding something with, like, let's say, high folic acid, iron, vitamin B12 just in general will help.
Okay. And say, for example, I've gotten a check, gotten my B12 and everything checked,
Yeah.
and it says that I am B12 deficient. Will only taking supplements help, or can, if you change something in the diet, can something change?
Of course, the first step should be diet, right?
Okay.
Like start taking more meat if you consume meat, right? Fish, all of the eggs.
In case, so I'm a vegetarian. So in case
Okay.
there are so many vegetarians out there.
So
who-
there are other sources of vitamin B12. Ideally, talking to your nutritionist will help you. They can guide you how to
Right.
increase it. But I've seen cases in which people are so deficient in B12 that they have to take injections for B12
Right.
and then go on to supplements. Because we don't take care of it in the long term, right? वो इतना डिप्लीट हो जाता है कि वो सीधा इंजेक्शंस की नौबत आती है.
Why do we not take care of our health as seriously like we should? What's
I'm
the
also
reason?
trying to figure that out, to be honest. That is, I think people just ignore. They want to be more productive. They want to hustle and all of that. But that takes a toll on your.
But that only can happen once this is
Yes,
functioning.
exactly.
If
And people
if
don't
not-
realize that, right? They
Right.
burn themselves out without taking care of their health. If you want to be productive, there are three things: mind, movement, nutrition. Take care of these three things, which actually Swiss also promotes: mind, movement, nutrition. We've been taught as employees as well that take care of your mind, movement, nutrition. Mind, because like let's say if you meditate 30 minutes in a day, you will be more productive.
Right.
Movement, if you obviously if you're someone who takes care of their health, you would be
Right.
exercising. Could be a 30 minutes of walk, going to the gym. That's your time, right? That is self-care.
Correct.
And nutrition, of course, taking right supplements, taking the right diet. I think a lot of us take care of our diet because we want to look good, but we forget the inner work.
Right. One of the questions that I have in my head right now is, could be stupid, could be weird, but that just comes to my mind, which is it's an Australian brand, right?
Yeah.
Why is the name Swiss? What's the story behind that?
So it's SWISSE Swiss. It's not the country Swiss.
Okay.
And a lot of people actually get confused. They call it Swisse, Swissy.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, please pronounce the brand
It's
for us.
Swisse Wellness.
Swisse Wellness.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people get confused.
Yeah, it's so a lot of my friends who have called it, oh, is it Swissy? Oh, is it Swisse?
Yeah,
And
it's-
they try to be a little suave about it, but
Yeah, it's Swiss.
eventually they fail.
We've had that problem because I work in brand marketing. I have to tell people, no, it's Swisse Wellness.
Right.
Yeah. So the brand actually has been in inception since 1969. It was founded by Kevin Ring in Australia. He started looking at ingredients that can heal people, that can make them healthier, and then he opened the first store in Australia. In 1991, he launched the first product, which was a flagship product, women's multivitamin. And then 3 years later, in 1994, he started with men's multivitamin. And Swiss has been doing very well since then. It's Australia's #1 multivitamin and beauty nutrition brand. And when we launched in India in 2020, of course, that was like a tough period because COVID tha, an international brand entering the Indian market.
So
But
they entered in 2020
yeah,
during COVID.
yeah.
I think good timing.
Good timing, but we get all our products from Australia. They're all manufactured in Australia.
Oh,
So yeah, but
so it has to be imported
yes,
from Australia,
yes,
every single thing. I mean, there's no.
correct, correct. So all our multivitamins, we wanted to keep that consistency in our formulations and quality. So all our supplements are actually formulated and manufactured in Australia, and then we get those to India.
Nice, nice. So, tell me something. Since it's an international brand penetrating in India, and since you are a brand manager, uh, are Indians really accepting of foreign brands now, or what's the scene like? How what's their perception of it?
See, they do, and
Because
I realized
just
this.
just sorry, just to break it there. I mean, we use brands that are foreign, right?
Yeah.
We use the iPhone, we use the Android, which is again from outside. We don't use a lot of made in India brands per se. Like I mean, because now the made in India campaign has come in and a lot of things are
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
But all around us, we see that we have been using, international
Yeah,
brands.
foreign brands. Yeah.
So I'm sure they are accepting, but do they accept? How accepting are they of, say, a multivitamin brand, Australian brand penetrating in the Indian sector? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
See, it was. I mean, I joined a little late, right? And we started doing on ground events because we wanted to reach out to the masses. We realized that our audience realizes the value of quality over price. So this is to say that okay, they really wanted a good quality product that they were not able to find, probably, like let's say a fish oil. And I met this gentleman at an offline event, and he said, you know what, I'd been asking my friend to get this fish oil from Australia, and I'm so glad that I could find it here. So that's the kind of response we've been getting. Like lately, I was talking to a friend, and she was like, where are you working these days? And I told her Swiss. She's like, oh, I remember this brand from when I studied in Australia.
Oh,
So that's
right,
that's also a recall factor for them.
right.
And another positive thing that we've seen is a lot of doctors reach out to us. And because, as a doctor, you go through the entire formulation. As a customer, sometimes we don't.
Right.
As a doctor, they would go through the entire formulation, look at all the certifications, it's TGA certified, heavy
Correct.
metals tested, all of these things, which some of the locally probably manufactured products don't have. And it's also that they value this years of research that Swiss has invested in their products.
Right.
So they reached out to us saying that, if they can start recommending these products to their patients. So that's again really positive for us.
That's a good validation point.
Of course,
I mean,
of
doctors
course.
reaching out to you is a great validation
On me.
point.
Yeah, and
Right.
we didn't reach out to them. We didn't have to say कि ये product test करके बताओ, but they were like, okay, we really like the product.
Right. Can you share some of your stories, or maybe some customer stories, or I mean any stories that maybe pre-post consumption of.
Of course.
Before that, what would you like to have? Chai, coffee? I
I'll have
am
chai.
absolutely forgot. Oh, lovely,
That's
lovely.
yeah, I will have chai.
उनको बता दो please कि 2 कप चाय. हाँ जी, continue. So
Yeah. So we were at post.
हाँ जी. So any stories that you have that maybe helps our audience understand कि what are okay. So what's the most common question that people come to you with? Is there any
The
most common FAQ?
The most common FAQ. We had a lot of FAQs actually, and people want to know in-depth questions.
Okay, tell us some questions that people generally ask, like some common FAQs.
So we get a lot of questions on our collagen products because women want to consume collagen, but they're not sure what is collagen.
बता दो please audience के लिए what is collagen?
Collagen is basically a protein. There are actually 28 types of collagen.
Okay.
There are 28. So type 1 is most abundantly found in your body, and post 25 reaching 30, that's when most people start losing collagen. Basically they don't lose it, the production of collagen decreases in their body.
तो आप बता दो कि collagen होता क्या है?
Collagen
Audience
is a
के लिए.
protein.
It's a protein.
It's a
Okay.
protein. You know gelatin, right?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Gelatin is also collagen. It's a protein. It's an amino acid.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And there are like 28 types you
There are
mentioned?
28 types. Type 1 is the most abundantly found one in your body.
Okay.
Right? So there's type 2, type 3. And there are different sources, right? But collagen, of course, because it's produced in human body, similarly it can only be derived from animal source.
Okay.
You can't have a vegan collagen technically.
Okay.
What you get as vegan collagen is actually a vegan collagen builder.
Okay.
So it has essential amino acids and vitamins to increase the production of collagen in your body.
Okay. But it's very different from
Collagen.
Collagen
के different sources होते हैं. So there is
अच्छा.
one extracted from cows, which we of course don't have in India. Then there's from marine sources, right?
Okay.
Which we sell to. So we offer hydrolyzed marine collagen, which is easily absorbed by your body.
Got it.
And so we've got two variants in this. One is a really yum pineapple flavored drink.
Yeah, I was coming to that because sometimes, we have resistance towards external, say, tablets or proteins or vitamins, saying it doesn't taste well, right? And people are really resistant into consuming it because it's not tasty. Why do I consume something
Yeah.
that's not tasty?
Yeah.
So, do we have tasty tablets
We
also?
do. There are no tasty tablets
Or-
as such. There might be chewables that you can find.
Right.
But like let's say this collagen product that I'm talking about, I didn't have it because it was collagen. It was just so yum that I would have it with my meal during summers. You can
Got
mix it
it.
in chill water and it tastes like a really yum pineapple flavored drink.
Got it.
So you can make mocktails with it. You can make cocktails
Really?
with it. Yeah, because it tastes so good. I'm not kidding. I've had it for so
Wow!
long.
So you can have a mocktail with
Collagen
a
in it.
collagen.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a great drink to have, I'm sure.
Yeah. So and it has 1000 mg of collagen, which really helps. So a lot of people have been getting this product without
Right.
us marketing it heavily.
Right.
They're just like Swiss ka collagen.
Haan.
So this happened some time back. I had reached out to an influencer and I told her I'm from Swiss and she said, oh yeah, I love your collagen. And I was like, okay, would you be willing to do a review for us?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, of course.
Haan.
So this is again very positive for us. People are recognizing this product so
Correct.
well in the market.
Correct. Right. So how do you understand which one to consume and how much to consume? Do you consult a doctor?
A
Do you
nutritionist,
help it?
yeah, a nutritionist.
हाँ.
Don't put this on the reel, okay?
कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
Okay, no, you
वो
can't.
तो हुक बन गया अब हमारा.
Oh shit. कितने hooks दे दिए मैंने?
हाँ,
Okay.
actually
कितने
we
सारे दे
have so
दिए?
many bloopers
Yeah.
that anyway, sometimes it becomes very difficult for us to understand कि कौन सा कब लेना है और कितने frequency और कितने proportions पे लेना है.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how do you know what to take and how much to take?
So, of course, we mention general directions on our website. But if you have a specific deficiency, you must talk to like a dietitian or a nutritionist who can help you. Now,
Carry on. You were
okay. Yeah. So now, it's very important to understand कौन सा supplement कब लेना है. Let's say a magnesium supplement that you're taking, which will help you improve your sleep quality. You should take it 2 hours before bed or like 1 hour before bed. You
Okay.
shouldn't take it in the morning,
right.
right? Then B12, you should have it post breakfast because it is fat soluble also, right? So I remember my dietitian telling me that you should have your B12 supplement with like charge or something that helps absorption in your body.
Got it.
So these are some important things that I think a professional will guide you. But if you're taking like a general multivitamin supplement, ideally with your breakfast you can have it.
So interesting point. एक ना vitamin A, B, C, B12, D,
There are too
F, G
many.
बहुत सारे आते हैं
बहुत सारे.
और एक डब्बा दिखता है जो multivitamins लिखा होता है.
हाँ.
So when I was in the UK, I was randomly out with my friends and they entered Boots, the medical
Yeah,
store.
I love Boots.
Right? So, I mean, it's fantastic how much you can buy from Boots, right? So, and people were shopping for their vitamins and I was like, ठीक है, मतलब I'm out, so I might as well join them.
It's that last aisle where they keep
Exactly.
all
So all the vitamins, all the
vitamins.
everything. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm just with them, all right. And somehow they know what they want to buy. like they properly know
Yeah.
कि मेरे को B12 चाहिए, मेरे को D चाहिए, मेरे को whatever चाहिए. I'm confused. I'm like, ये तुम्हें पता कैसे है? How do you know?
Yeah.
And secondly, I'm like, okay, I'll get all the vitamins. So I'll just take a multivitamin का डब्बा and I'll just keep it on
Yeah.
my side desk or whatever, and I'll just consuming it, keep popping one multivitamin whenever I want.
Did you get a gummy, a multivitamin gummy that they
No,
had?
no.
I
There
got
were
it.
gummies. There were, yes, there were like
yes.
multicolored gummies also,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong.
I got addicted to
Yeah?
multivitamin gummies because I keep popping one every time.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, I didn't know. So, do we take different vitamins separately, or can we take a multivitamin directly?
So again,
Depends
it's
on
it's a
the-
case-based thing, right? Like
Okay.
it varies from case to case. If you have a vitamin B12 deficiency or a vitamin D deficiency or a mineral deficiency, like let's say zinc or magnesium, right? Then you need to take that specific supplement and check the RDA value of it कि वो उतना है कि नहीं आपकी बॉडी में उस deficiency को कम करने के लिए. Then coming to multivitamins are for general use. Like irrespective of whether you have a deficiency or not, you should have one because you know you're not getting sufficient vitamins and minerals from your daily food.
Okay, so for example, if somebody is a vegetarian, say I'm a vegetarian, and we know that, I mean, for vegetarians, I'm assuming, I mean, I don't want people to just blow this out of proportion,
Okay.
but just the fact that our nutrient intake and our protein intake is much lesser than the
Non-vegetarians,
non-vegetarians,
yeah.
because of course animal meat and everything has more protein. How can we make sure that we have a good diet? Let's come to diet now. So how can we make sure that we have good intake of proteins
Yeah.
and vitamins and nutrients, if say, because if you're a vegetarian, for example,
Yeah.
so how can we make sure that our vitamin intake, our protein intake is intact?
Intact तो पता नहीं, but there are some sources of
Okay.
vegetarian B12 and protein also, but I'm not sure if those are sufficient. That is the problem. That is the
Okay.
problem. I don't know. Like there is protein in dal also, but it's not sufficient. It has a lot of carbs also, right? Earlier we used to think कि अरे इसमें दाल खाते हैं, दाल में बहुत प्रोटीन है, which is been debunked now कि
That's exactly what we've been told.
Yeah, we
कि
were
दाल
told.
खाओ, ये
अब वो
खाओ,
debunk
वो
हो
खाओ.
गया है, right?
हाँ.
Now paneer also has some calcium, some protein. Now you need to find different sources, which like I generally would recommend a dietitian to give you those list of sources and create a plan for you. But we saw that a lot of Indians are vegetarians, we know that.
Right.
And we realized that 70% of Indians are deficient in vitamin B12, vitamin D, calcium, protein. So we launched a vegan protein powder, plant
Okay.
protein.
Okay.
And then we launched a vegan multivitamin also because
Okay.
our products are manufactured in Australia. So like our multivitamins were earlier non-vegetarian. We launched a special variant for India where we have a vegan multivitamin. It's suitable for vegetarians and vegans alike, and it has B12, shiitake mushrooms, another couple of folic acid and a couple of other multivitamins which can help you fulfill that deficiency.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
You know, they say that diet is half the battle won.
It is.
I mean, but still we don't take it very seriously. Sometimes I have a mithai ka dabba here, and I always keep popping mithai all the time, and
Yeah.
I have a sweet tooth, so I keep having ice cream or chocolates, which is not a very healthy option
Yeah,
to go for,
absolutely,
right? So
absolutely.
do we have like a vitamin supplement or an alternative which is sweet enough yet healthy?
There is nothing that can like replace chocolates, obviously.
100%.
Right? There's no multivitamin कि तुम ये खा लो and then
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, so they say diet is half the battle won because you are what you eat, right?
Correct.
Someone told me this long back and I didn't take it seriously.
Right.
And now I actually think about it and I'm like, yeah, your diet should definitely not have sugar. Like I also have a huge sweet tooth, but no sugar.
No sugar.
Yeah, that's what my doctor told me.
मैं
Like
हो
absolutely, yeah. or another way to go about this is 80-20. 80% of the times you eat healthy, and then that 20% or maybe 10% you can indulge.
मेरा उल्टा हो रहा है अभी. मेरा
80% indulge.
इंडल्जेंस हो रहा है और 20% हेल्थी हो रहा है.
Yeah, I follow the 80-20, but what
My
people
80-20 or your 80-20?
no, my
Your
80-20.
80-20. Okay.
My 80-20. But what happens is that when people indulge over the weekend, let's say, they go all out.
Yeah.
मतलब ये थोड़ी ना कि जो पिछले हफ्ते की कैलोरीज नहीं खाई थी वो आज कॉम्पेंसेट करेंगे. योर बॉडी डजंट नीड दैट.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely not recommended. Coming back to your question, there is no supplement as such which is like a dessert but will fulfill all your vitamin deficiencies.
Oh, shit.
No. But we do have biotin gummies which
Yeah.
people love. Like I keep a box of biotin gummies in my house for my sugar cravings.
Okay.
It's a proper supplement, but I keep it for sugar cravings. And a lot of people have appreciated our biotin supplements for the hair fall issues, nail issues, skin issues. So biotin is essentially vitamin B7.
B7.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
water soluble vitamin. Deficiency of biotin can lead to hair fall, weak nails, etc. So
Okay.
biotin supplements, it is essential to note that biotin supplements will only help you with hair fall only if you have a biotin deficiency. Deficiency protein की होगी, but you're eating biotin will not help. So you need to figure out what exactly your issue is and then take the right supplement.
Got it.
Like a lot of people have protein deficiency because of which they have hair fall or hair breakage. Then I don't know if you know this, but a lot of white hair ka issue is just vitamin B12 and vitamin D lack
Deficiency.
of deficiency.
Really?
Yeah.
सफेद बाल है आपके? नहीं है?
That I also got to know about this quite late, but yeah.
So B12 and D
Yeah.
deficiency, that's the reason for
That's
white hair.
linked to
White hair.
white hair early on stage.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know about it till about now, like 5 seconds back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So when you talk about, say, living a healthy lifestyle, your 80-20, let's not
Yeah.
consider my 80-20 is
Yeah.
out of the equation. Your 80-20, which is 80% healthy and 20% cheat days, of course. What can people, or what should people avoid to lead a healthy lifestyle per se?
See, sugar we know, like it's just general information. It's out there that sugar is bad, but we still keep on having it. It is I've given you too many hooks.
It's okay, no problem.
It is irresistible. It is irresistible.
You know, I still have a friend. She was unable to pronounce procrastination. She was
Yeah.
like procrastination.
So with me, this is a constant problem. This is why I didn't want to do a podcast. I was like, I will go in the flow and then utquit some word and forget.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
It's
अरे
okay.
audience will love it, I'm sure. अभी भी ये वाला
Don't
part अगर
make
हम
bloopers out of it, भाई.
ये बहुत सारे bloopers निकलेंगे और बहुत सारी audience को बड़ा मजा भी आएगा, I'm sure. My audience is kind, so they'll not hate on me for doing this. कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो?
You're looking into the camera and saying, I know this is going to be on there because you're looking into the camera.
You say you've not done a podcast before. This is not first podcast behavior. You know
Okay.
why am I looking?
That's like
general
logic.
common.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Moving
Coming back
on.
to this.
Now that you've anyway.
So sugar is unavoidable. Like it's general information, but how much will you avoid it, right? Like this is why I say like 80-20, ठीक है. Then refined flour is really bad. It can give you gut issues.
Okay.
So then again, like heavy food, which increases your cholesterol, that is a problem. So all of these things, I think we just need to be a little mindful because of the the kind of availability of fast food that we have around us. It's difficult to
resist.
No, yeah, it's difficult
It's
not
difficult.
to indulge.
Plus problem ये होता है कि for a lot of people who are not working from home, they're stepping out and they're traveling.
Yeah.
So when you're traveling, your diet goes for a toss.
It
I mean,
does.
you can't really control what to have and what not to have. You're walking around the streets, you see a pizza joint, I'm like, हाँ ठीक है pizza खा लेते
Yeah,
हैं.
because then you look for convenient options, right?
Right.
You're not really thinking about कि इसमें क्या macronutrients है, क्या micronutrients है. You're just
Correct.
thinking कि abhi bhook lagi hai, kha lo, and then have to get on to the next thing. But in
Right.
that, we end up harming our own health.
Hmm.
And see, there are options available now. Like, you could go for something that's low GI. You could get
GI क्या होता है?
glycemic index.
Glycemic index. अच्छा.
So there are low GI options available now. Some people are intolerant to gluten, so there are gluten-free options. I don't eat gluten. I don't eat dairy also very often. So the chai I'm gonna have is my 20% of dairy that I usually have.
Okay. But the chai also has sugar. So is you are okay with sugar or no sugar?
I don't have. Oh, can you ask him to not put sugar now?
Oh, okay.
Or I'll have
No,
it's fine. It's fine.
We can make no sugar also.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
अब तो चाय आ गई.
अगर तो कोई बात नहीं मैं.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
चलो ठीक है.
You have गुड़ वाली चाय. हाँ.
गुड़ वाली चाय तो अब but we can make no sugar if you want no
this is
sugar.
fine.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you were talking about diet and you're talking about low GI is what I heard last.
Yeah. So there are
Gluten.
There's gluten. So people are intolerant to gluten now. So there are gluten-free options available in most places. In fact, in a city like Bombay, there's so many places that offer like gluten-free options. And I was living in Bangalore, and Bangalore has a variety of gluten-free options.
Right.
Like dosa is gluten-free, right?
Right.
When we say gluten-free, we think of something really fancy,
yeah,
right?
fancy like कुछ तो
Idli is
ऐसा.
gluten-free.
Right.
Dos-
Please
utpam.
tell us what is.
Idli, dosa, utpam, all of this is prepared from like suji or rice batter, right?
Right.
So it's all gluten free. We don't think about it.
Yeah,
this
we
way.
don't think about it as
rice
much.
Rice is gluten free. We think something really fancy will
हाँ
come,
कुछ
right?
तो ऐसे fancy
कुछ
dish
बहुत fancy
निकल के
है,
आएगा
yeah,
कि हाँ
yeah.
ये gluten free है bro.
Yeah,
Have this.
like a bowl full of oats and like some granola or something.
Yeah.
No, it's just normal food that we eat. You have gluten-free options. Bajra. There are alternative grains also, like other than wheat. Wheat has gluten, but there are other
Grains that are gluten-free.
Yeah. So bajre ki roti is a good option for somebody who's intolerant to gluten.
My question is, how are Swiss supplements different from any other supplement?
See, there are a lot of points that I can talk about, but I'll give you an anecdote, okay? Like, we have a liver detox supplement, and I was telling my dad that you should
Liver
have
detox supplement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's actually Australia's #1 liver detox supplement, by the way.
Okay.
And I got it for my dad, and he was like, you know what? These supplements have so much heavy metal. And I showed him the back of pack, and I was like, this is heavy metal tested. What this means is, I'll break it down. That
Please.
Sometimes our supplements, our dietary supplements, carry traces of these heavy metals. Okay, could be aluminium or like different metals. वो processing facility जहाँ से भी आते हैं, it carries traces of that.
Correct.
Now, when we have these supplements over a long period of time, it starts accumulating in our body. So the toxicity in our body increases because of these traces of heavy metals. So it is very important to choose a supplement which is heavy metals tested.
Okay.
We carry that certification with us that all our products are heavy metal tested.
Okay. So when you say heavy metal tested, right? Is that the differentiating factor that people should consider?
That when I talk about all of this is why our quality is better, I would say, right? There are other factors. The formulations itself. These are formulations which have so much research invested in them that I personally take also supplements now. Let's look at other factors too, right? Omega-3. If you are taking omega-3, there are various brands offering omega-3 right now. I think we offer one of the highest omega-3 supplements, like the highest value of omega-3 we carry that is 1800 mg.
Okay.
So when we say we are bringing that quality, we really do, and we ensure that we manufacture in Australia to keep this consistent. And we're present in a lot of other countries also, by the way. We're in US, we're in Europe, we're in China. So in all of these nations, we decided that, we are going to keep this very consistent. Formulations might vary slightly from region to region. like we introduced the essential vegan multivitamins for India, but the quality has to be the same. So it has to be manufactured in Australia, and then we bring it to different countries.
Interesting. So, you mentioned about, we've spoken about, say, supplements. You've spoken about how Swiss supplements are different from other
Yeah.
supplements. We've spoken about omega 3. You mentioned about it right now. We've spoken about we talked about collagen. We've spoken
Yeah.
about that. So, my point is, what are some of the pointers that maybe one can implement in their daily life? You mentioned about diet, right? Ki,
Yeah.
consult a dietitian or a nutritionist to take care of your diet if you need to. Workout करो या ना करो उससे फर्क पड़ता है.
Of course, पड़ता है ना. Like workout is not like it doesn't affect you just physically, right? Even mentally, it helps you. Like endurance, you'll build during workout. I've spoken to so many strength and conditioning coaches, and they're always telling me that you need to like lift. And now this is such a good thing. Like everybody started lifting these days, right? You're building muscle, and there's a very strong connection to lifting weights and hormones. It improves your hormones also. It helps you with mental wellness also. So it's very important that you work out. Like I said, it's your me time. Do it. At least 4 to 5 times a week one should work out.
I want to understand what kind of multivitamins should men and women consume. Are there
Yeah.
differences? Does Swiss take into account, okay, this is specifically for a man, this is specifically for a woman? Break that down for us.
So when it comes to that, Deepak, it's a very this is again general knowledge, right? That women are usually lacking in iron. So of course they need different supplements. Their bodies are different. Their hormones are the same,
Please.
but their hormones are the same, but they need different level of like the level of hormones should be different, right?
Right.
So to make sure all of that, and they have different physical needs also, right? So to ensure that we have different multivitamins for men and women. I'll have chai. This will help.
हाँ, ये ऐसे लोग मेरे को पसंद है जो सोचते हैं चाय will help, क्योंकि
I
I am
have-
also
yeah,
a very
yeah,
I'm a chai like an enthusiast बोल दो आप, ये aficionado बोल दो, जो बोलना
Yeah,
है
yeah,
बोल
same. So when I go back home, I have like 3 to 4 cups of tea every day.
दो. But you don't have sugar, so that's not chai for me.
Oh, no, I add adrak and I just have
Yeah. I once had मतलब बिना चीनी वाली.
You didn't like it?
I hated it. मैं कहा ये क्या पी रहा हूँ मैं?
This actually tastes a lot better than no sugar
Yeah?
chai. Yeah. But the thing is, if I'm having chai 4 times a day, उसमें sugar intake कितनी जा रही है?
हाँ.
That is important.
Also बाहर वाली जो चाय मिलती है ना, वो बड़ी मीठी मिलती है.
I don't like that. I like घर की chai.
घर की चाय.
Yeah.
हाँ, ये थोड़ा सा, I don't know, it becomes a problem because I also consume chai, and
Yeah.
it's sort of when you're out, you feel like हाँ ठीक है, let's have a cup of chai.
Yeah.
But it's very sweet. पता नहीं इतना वो पूरा चीनी उसी में डाल
Yeah.
देते
So
हैं.
when I go out, I just have coffee.
अच्छा.
When I go out, I have coffee. When I'm at home,
What is this bifurcation? Like, but I get it actually, because बाहर लोगों को चाय बनाना नहीं आता यार. Like chai is a very personal.
yeah, every house
thing.
has like different type of chai, right?
Yeah.
सबके घर की चाय different होती है. किसी में
How? Because चाय पत्ती वही मिल रही है, दूध वही आ रहा है, पानी वही डल रहा है, शुगर वही है, अदरक वही
I
है.
will send you this one magical chai patti.
Yeah?
I will.
ठीक है. So we were talking about the kind of multivitamins that men and women consume, and does
Yeah.
Swiss, of course, take into consideration multivitamins for men and women separately?
Yeah, so we have
you were-
different ones.
हाँ.
For men, we have Korean ginseng. We have lycopene in it. And for women, we have iron. We have Siberian ginseng. We have chamomile in it. So all of this is very specific to men and women's physical and mental wellness needs. So yeah, we've always had 2 different formulations. Like I mentioned earlier, in 1991, the first product that was launched was our flagship product. It was women's multivitamin. So we've been very clear on this from the beginning. 1991 में जो था, that was women's multi, and 94 में we launched men's multivitamin. And of course that formulation has been changed and more research has been done and it has been launched in different countries. But yeah, the idea has always been this, that there should be specific multivitamins for men and women. If you've not been sleeping well, you could be taking magnesium can help you with that. Now a lot of people think melatonin will help them with sleep quality,
Right.
which is not the case.
Okay.
Melatonin is a hormone that's produced in your brain.
Right.
It helps induce sleep. So if you're jet lagged, you take a melatonin gummy, 5 mg. We have a 5 mg melatonin gummy that you take and you will fall asleep. But to ensure the quality of sleep, you must take magnesium.
Okay.
So these are two different functions.
Right. Right.
One is a hormone that induces sleep. Now melatonin is not like it's induced in your body, like when you shut off lights and all of that, you'll automatically feel a little drowsy, right?
Yeah.
That's the work of melatonin. And magnesium ensures quality.
Do you also have
I have magnesium
vitamins?
every day.
Oh.
Yeah. I have, so there are two types of magnesium citrate and magnesium glycinate. So we're launching magnesium glycinate in a powder form, which also has citrate. So this is for gym goers and people who want to sleep better.
Which is everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, we all need to sleep better.
Right.
Like, try taking these, I'm telling you, supplements elevate your quality of life. I have experienced that personally. I didn't know that, supplements could help someone so much, because you always look at it as a, ये chemical है, external है, हम body में डाल रहे हैं, कितनी देर तक खाते रहोगे types, which is not the case. Like my mom also thinks protein is very bad for you.
So let's come to that. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions that specifically are there in the Indian household.
Yeah.
Right? And Indian मम्मियों को समझाना is a task. It's such
My mother will kill me if she's watching this.
We'll make her watch it. This will reach her somehow and we'll make her watch it. The thing is that they're like, नहीं मेरा बच्चा ये नहीं खाएगा, मेरा बच्चा तो ये खाएगा वो खाएगा. But it comes obviously from a place of concern, but also from a place of maybe a lack of awareness, where they don't know that multivitamins are an essential part of daily lifestyle, where it elevates your quality of life, and that's the misconception that most of us have.
हम ये नहीं समझे ना कि जो हमारा घर का खाना है उसका न्यूट्रिशन वैल्यू तो डिप्लीट हो चुका है. That understanding is not there as of now. Like in almost all Indian households, they don't understand that. So like for me, unless, by the way, there's another very interesting point. Some people, when they go to a dietitian will tell you to get your vitamin levels tested. Okay? And because of which, probably, like, people have slow metabolism also, right? Because of these nutritional deficiencies, your metabolism has slowed down and you're not able to lose weight. So, a lot of people are actually trying so hard to lose weight, but they don't know the root cause of it. And it's again linked to, I know I've said it so many times in this entire episode, but it's again linked to vitamin B12.
So is that the most important vitamin? Because
it is one of the most important. Vitamin B complex. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember when I was a kid and हमेशा में antibiotics देते थे, तो साथ में the doctor used to give a vitamin B complex
की tablet.
Right?
What is vitamin B12 rich food?
Fish, eggs.
Vegetarian में कुछ?
Vegetarian. There is.
मुंह बन जाता है लोगों का.
नहीं, I don't know.
क्या कह रही? Shit यार.
Let me quickly Google. देखते क्या निकलता है.
So fish, eggs.
Yeah, fish, eggs, meat.
Vegetarian options not so much.
Not so much, or
which is why
I am not aware of it, to be honest, because I'm a non-vegetarian. So for me, B12 के लिए या protein के लिए ये सब.
But then if a vegetarian has to do it, not much options. और अगर लेना है तो then take the vitamin instead, so that you balance it out.
Yeah, and like the thing is, people don't like taking vitamins, which is, I don't know why. Like once they get onto it.
Okay, let's come to the misconceptions that people have, or the idea that people have कि ये क्यों नहीं लेते हैं? What's the
एक तो
resistance
उनको
for?
टैबलेट लेने से लगता है हम बीमार है. Like pill popping is not something Indians are fond of, right?
Sorry.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate this malai wala part in chai.
अभी क्या करें यार? Sorry. हाँ, carry on.
So I think pill popping is not something that Indians appreciate, है ना?
Right.
तो इसलिए उनको, and that I think now is changing a little, but essentially उनको ऐसा लगता है कि हम दवाई खा रहे हैं तो कुछ भी गोली खा रहे हैं तो we are sick.
Right.
They don't want to, nobody wants to feel like that, right? That is the problem, I think. That is why people are so hesitant, and then there's lack of information. Now people, I think, have started reading more. People have started going to dietitians to ask for so many things.
Also, I think there's a lot of content around
There is.
diet and nutrition now. There's a lot of content around health and wellness and lifestyle where people share certain things. If it's like, कि आप ये खाओ तो ये this will lead to a better lifestyle and everything. So I think also, I mean, social media has played a huge role in terms of in terms of awareness, in terms of information कि ये करने से ये हो सकता है.
But coming to this,
Right.
there's a lot of misinformation also on social media, right? Like people will
How does
say-
one know? If you are in the field, you'll know.
Yeah.
I am
if
not
you-
from the field.
Correct. So you will believe, like, probably if an influencer is saying something, you will believe because why
I
would
would
they
believe
say,
everything.
Yeah.
I would be like,
But-
हाँ ये सही बोल रही है या सही बोल रहा है.
Correct. And the thing is that they're also not intentionally putting out this information. They're not putting out wrong information intentionally, right? It's just that उतना thoroughly check नहीं करा है उन्होंने. Or they're not a professional, right? So this is why a lot of influencers as a brand that we engage with are doctors. They look through our formulation. They see कि अच्छा, okay, this is what they're recommending. And sometimes we've worked with influencers who've said, I need to get this checked by my doctor. So I send them all the research, all the details. We have a lot of information that we get from our product team from Australia. So I send them all the information so that they're sure of what they're putting in their body. And some of them even use the products for 2 months, let's say, and then promote it on their page.
Got it. So it's properly tried and tested and then they take
Which
it
is what
forward.
I really appreciate. Like,
Right.
कोई blindly ऐसे product promote कर रहा है, it's not, I wouldn't feel nice doing that, right? Like, and since you're putting out information and general folks are going to look at it, right? Like, Instagram पे 12 साल के बच्चे से लेके कोई 60 years old और above का भी होता है. And they might not know not everybody will know, right? Ki what is the right source to check this information.
Right.
So it's
Right.
very important that we put out the right information on social media.
Hashtags तो हम बहुत कर सकते हैं.
I want to look at the video and then see एक बारी record क्या हुआ है. I didn't even go see कि मैं लग कैसी रही हूँ.
वो आप बढ़िया लग रहे हो, मेरे को पता है ना, लोग देख रहे हैं
My
आपको.
camera angles, this is not my good side, so I wanted to see if the angle is
अरे
okay.
एंगल अब तो रिकॉर्ड हो गया, अब तो कुछ हो गया.
We'll do a redo, it's fine.
Going back to a previous question that I had asked about Swiss supplements, I asked you about how Swiss supplements are different from the other supplements that are available in the market, and you spoke about heavy metal,
Heavy metal testing.
right? So do you want to throw more light on how things are different?
Yeah, so see, a lot of it revolves around quality कि उस supplement की quality क्या है, formulation क्या है, manufacturing क्या है, because हर manufacturing unit के पास भी कुछ particular certifications होती हैं and हर supplement पे भी होती है. So like we are TGA certified, ठीक है, which is a certification given by the Australian government itself. So TGA certification है where अब जैसे इंडिया में FSSAI है, हर supplement पे होता है. But also coming back to the point कि formulation क्या है, उसमें RDA percentage क्या है, कौन से ingredients use हुए हैं. Like in our krill oil, the source that we are using, इंडिया में सिर्फ हम हैं वो जो krill oil उस source से use कर रहे हैं. For fish oil which you are getting, वो भी it's sustainably sourced because we are getting it from marine organisms. We ensure that it's done without harming the environment. And fish oil, when people consume there's so many brands and locally, international, हर type का brand है. One thing that people must check is if it's mercury tested or not.
Okay.
which means that there's a lot of lead, mercury, all of these things in the ocean itself, right? Which these fish, marine organisms will consume. जब आप वो oil extract करते हो तो उसमें भी mercury के traces होते हैं.
So how do you check that? वो it
There's a
should be written on the certificate या फिर
certificate. So all of these products are tested by an agency and then they give you a certification कि ये mercury tested है, heavy metals tested है.
So how can consumers know if it's
उनके वेबसाइट पे लिखा होना चाहिए, प्रोडक्ट के पीछे लिखा होना चाहिए.
okay?
So like हमारे if you go to our Swisse Wellness का page, our 4x fish oil and 1500 mg wild fish oil has this certification that it's mercury tested.
Awesome. I think Ambika, we've discussed a fair bit about
Yeah.
supplements, about multivitamins, about proteins, and especially the collagen wala part was crazy because you spoke about like 28 types of collagen.
There are 28
And I didn't know. I was like, ठीक है, I just knew कि there are
Collagen
just
होता है.
collagen होता है, exactly.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
28 variants I didn't know.
Yeah.
And also about B12 and the
Vitamin
other.
B and like I think I've done a lot
Correct.
of gyan giving.
You've done a lot of gyan giving. I think we'll leave it to the audience for now to consume and grasp all the information that
Absolutely.
they've gotten from you. Any final thoughts on the podcast? Any final thoughts that you want our listeners to take note of, or anything that they should consider, whatever, on this camera? This is
Okay.
your camera.
Okay. I know. This I know. Go check out Swisse, guys. Really, this is like a end.
Brand loyal. Brand loyal.
Go check out Swisse Wellness, and I'm sure like people will find something that can help them, right?
Right.
We as a brand really strive to create healthier and happier lives for people around the globe, and that is our motto. So I'm hoping a lot of people will benefit from this and
For sure.
find something that's useful.
Sweet. I think even for our podcast as well, we've not had somebody who've discussed nutrition and diet and vitamins
Yeah.
and proteins in such depth. Depth क्या अभी तक कोई ऐसा आया ही नहीं है जो ऐसा
Yeah.
इस field से आया. So I'm sure for the audience also it will be a little fresh knowledge to consume and understand.
Absolutely. And if you think you have a severe deficiency or something, speak to a professional. Don't just rely on us.
हाँ मेरे पे तो मत ही करना भाई मैं तो
your 80-20 is too bad.
हाँ my 80-20 is bad. Please don't.
But speak to a doctor and yeah, this is what I've given is general knowledge, information sharing, but don't rely on this to diagnose anything, right? Go to a doctor and speak
Right,
to them.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll play this disclaimer पहले also
Please,
कि
please.
हाँ ये भैया
मैं
तुम
diagnose नहीं कर रही हूँ लोगों को.
हाँ जी.
Yeah, that is one thing I want to put out there.
बढ़िया awesome. I think we'll हम the last 5 minutes से rap ही कर रहे हैं but हो नहीं रहा rap. But thank you so much guys for sticking around. I'll mention Swisse's Instagram and socials and everything, their website, go check them out. They're doing fantastic work in India, Australian brand disrupting the entire Indian segment. Please go check them out. I'll link all their links and websites and everything. And if you want to reach out to them, please do. कूपन कोड बता देना एक मेरा दीपक वाला ताकि उनको डिस्काउंट मिल जाए. But yeah, thank you so much guys for listening. This has been super informative, I'm hoping. And share it around. You'll see the clips flowing here
Yeah.
and there. So please share it around. And if you like it, then please like, share, subscribe.